Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Sing to the Lord, bless his name. Tell of his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous works among all the peoples. For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He is to be revered above all gods. For all gods of the people are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Honour and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, O families of the people. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due to his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in holy splendour. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord is king. The world is firmly established. It shall never be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. Let the heavens be glad, and let the earth rejoice. Let the sea roar, and all that fills it. Let the field exult, and everything in it. Then shall all the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness, and the peoples with his truth.
Hello, good morning. Last Sunday, we came back to the church building for a half an hour or so in-person worship. I would like to ask Trish to share a little bit of how she felt about all the preparation and also her feeling about seeing that happening.
I'd like to share my feelings about Thanksgiving worship last weekend. At first, I was really hesitant. Like many of us, I've been an ardent follower of Dr. Bonnie Henry and her guidelines for months. Our church council voted on a partial reopening on Thanksgiving Sunday, and we decided right from the beginning that our planning would centre around making the worship as safe as possible by following the BC Health and the United Church guidelines very closely. Jackie, our church administrator, kept us on task and liaised with the various groups within the church, from the very keen to the much more sceptical. All of us played a role in the journey, from a fervent wish to the reality of our small, socially distant, but meaningful Thanksgiving Sunday worship. Alan wove a meditative and reflective and thankful thread in our time together. As always, Ron's music was so wisely selected, and if you closed your eyes, it could have been just a regular Sunday at South Arm United Church, except there was no joyful singing. On that Sunday, I felt the presence of all the people who would normally be in the pews. And it was great that Fanley, Alan and Olwyn could record and share this experience for everyone to enjoy, wherever they were. And thanks to everyone for their hard work, their input, and for trusting that once the decision was made, it could be done safely. We learned so much from this first step that we can take forward into the future. These times will pass. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Thank you.
A week ago, we came back here for the first in-person worship since the middle of March. There were about 20 people came. I would like to share with you how I felt. I was sitting up there, not here. Ron is playing piano. I stayed up there. To begin the service, Ron played a beautiful prelude. People were listening quietly. I had a very strange feeling of awe. That this feeling comes, I guess it is because after a long time, it was such a long time, I cannot remember when the last time we did not come into the building to worship. This is our regular activity in the church. As long as I can remember myself and for you coming to this congregation. So there was a very strange feeling of a quietness, a reflection, a meditation. Maybe just for Ron to continue to play music for the next half an hour and we listening would be enough for a service like that. It was a Thanksgiving service. Of course not. It is not a music meditative service. But I hope you understand what I meant. I felt strange. I have no words to describe how I feel. But it was a very positive, good feeling. It feels like you haven't been visiting a place for a long time. And now you have a chance. Say, return to your high school or the place or the country where you came from. And you landed. It was that feeling. We were finally here. This is a sanctuary we call the holy space. I remember when Moses went up to meet God, or before that, Moses met God in the burning bush. And remember, God says, hey, be careful. Take off your sandal. You are in holy space. Oh yeah? The burning bush is holy. That wilderness is holy. I think so. That space is holy because God is in it. But that space may always been holy with or without human beings. But that moment is different because in that moment, that holy space has a human encountering in it. A human being encounter God, make that space even holier. Maybe that is somehow a window for me to describe how I felt. I felt a sense of holy. I felt good. I felt after such a long time, we were able to come for such a short worship experience on a Thanksgiving Day. I hope that you also longing for a time when we will enter or we enter this holy space again to encounter God. God is everywhere. We can encounter God anywhere in the world, including the wilderness, including the burning bush. But entering a sanctuary, listen to sacred music, even not able to sing, may be enough to feel that God is here with us. May God bless you.
Loving God, you are steadfast, forever enfolding, even when we cannot accept ourselves. May your Spirit empower us to imitate you by receiving those who feel judged and rejected, by walking alongside those whose despair, by encouraging those who tend to the broken, by affirming those who labour in love. We lift into your tender care those whose bodies, minds or spirits have been weakened or crushed. We lift up to your compassionate grace those whose burdens, guilt or fears seem too massive to bear. We lift before your expansive mercy those whose hatred, rage or vengeance cannot be contained. Receive all these cares, loving God, and fill us with the light of Christ through the work of your Spirit. Amen.
May we sense the inexpressible awe of God's glory passing over us, and may we rest in the peace that passes all understanding, now and forevermore.